Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
Welcome, crafty friends, and thank you so much for stopping by to check out my latest video. And today I'm here with a project share. I have another gorgeous composition notebook to share with you. And again, I am using up a paper collection. It is the Stamperia Wonderland paper collection. I did have two of these paper pads. And a while back, I was part of a swap in a Facebook group, and I had used this paper pad, and at the time I decided to go ahead and cut up paper to create a few more composition notebooks. And so I do have this one, and I believe this is the third that I've created with this paper collection, and I do have one more to share with you. I haven't started it yet, but I do have the paper cut. But I haven't glued it down or decorated it yet, so I'll see when I get to that one. But I did want to share this gorgeous one. I just finished it the other day, and I love how it turned out. It's just kind of a beautiful, like minty green color, and it has that fun little dragonfly on it. I'm going to hold it up close so you guys can check out all the details up close, all the layers. And I added some flower trim to the spine, the back side. There's a little bit of trim on this one. And let's see the inside. I do have a pocket. I didn't stick anything in the pocket yet. It is kind of tight, so I probably should have put a gusset on it, but I'll find a tag or something. I still have some paper left from that collection, so I just need to cut it up. And then I have on the back side, I had this leftover piece from the paper collection with the unicorn on it, so I did use that. And then I also added this fun little trim that comes from Angel Dream Crafts on the back side. And so going back to the cover, I will kind of go through everything. So I did start off with a layer of the paper, this beautiful paper layer right here. And then on top of that, I layered, you can see I have like a script layer. I have another layer from the paper collection that had the butterfly on it, and also this dragonfly one. So I layered those on top, and I kind of arranged the two different squares onto the notebook. And let's see, from there what I did next is I went ahead and I did lay down the trim over the spine. And then once I did that, I went ahead and started decorating. And so around the edges I did add some flat back pearl trim. Most of it's this smaller trim I had, but I had a little bit of this left in my stash, so I might have a small amount left, but I used a lot of it right here, what I had left. And then again here, I also went around it with the flat back pearls. And you can also see on the edge here, I used that trim too. But before I added that, I had this fun little tool trim that I got again from Kim's shop, which is Angel Dreams Crafts Kim on Etsy. She has a fun little store. And let's see, so that's the side. Up at the top, I have this fun little satin trim that I added. And then here's kind of some vintage, like cotton, kind of crochet type trim that I added. And then also at the bottom, I had that fun trim. And then underneath it, I have this fringe trim that comes from ks4u.net, Julie's store. And let's see. And then once I did that, I added also the teardrop trim right here on top of this trim. And this bottom trim, I can't remember where I got that. I've had it in my stash for a long time, maybe Hobby Lobby. And I added the teardrop trim, and then also over the spine, I went ahead and added this little flower rosette trim that I've had in my stash for a long time. And then to finish it off, I added the word dream here down in the corner, and that's just kind of one of those wood pieces, and I did chalk paint that. And then up in the corners, I added some mulberry paper flowers. And then also the last thing that I added was this fun little like rosette handmade flower. And when I was in that altered notebook swap I was paired up with Gisela of Lavish Laces, and she had gifted me a whole bunch of these little rosettes that she made, and all I had to do was layer up a couple of them, and then I used one of the little center pieces that she also included. So so thanks again for that, Gisela. It matched perfectly with this little notebook, so it was fun to be able to use that. And again, on the back side, this one I did add some more of that, the eyelash type trim, or eyelash or fringe trim, whatever you want to call it, and more of that vintage trim on top of it. And I did that also up at the top. I kind of carried the trims around all over the top. I just didn't have enough of this one, so I used a different one that came from Kim's shop that matched with the little Swiss dots on it, which I loved, and then some flat back pearls around the edge. I don't always decorate the background or the back sides with this much trim, but I just kind of felt like it. I was in the mood to play with trims on this day. Playing with paper and laces is kind of one of my favorite things to do. So I showed you guys that, and then also this little pocket that I did from the paper collection. And so that is my notebook that I wanted to share with everybody. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And until next time, have a wonderful day and happy crafting.